What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Real Fan Sports. My name is Zach, and today we're going to be doing the 2024-2025 NFL predictions for the season. We're going to go team by team. I have half, Non has the other half, and we're going to see what we think, and we want to know what you think down below in the comments as we go through it. Now, I am a week late. I'll say it in this video, but all the rest of the videos, I'll be a week late. I'm sorry about this. Life's been crazy, but we're here. We're going to get these out as fast as we can. It might be 2 weeks late because I am about to have a hurricane come in like about 4 hours, so I'm trying to get all these done. But to start things off, we're going to do it here in the AFC East, and we're going to start with the Miami Dolphins, who already took week 1 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I'm going to do all these predictions like I didn't know what happened as far as injuries go, like if it's a fresh season, right? Now, the few things we know about the Miami Dolphins is that they have one of the most dynamic offenses in the NFL. You got Tyreek Hill, you got Jalen Wilder, you got Achane, you got Raheem Mostert, you got Tua, has become a formidable quarterback, someone that I really didn't believe in a couple years ago, but he's been at least getting the job done when it matters. On saying that, defense has been a little bit of issues, and also playing against the weather, and also dealing with the injury bugs. These are things that have concerned them, that has stopped them from going deep into the playoffs, and they're going to need a really good year and a solid year, injury-free, or at least as healthy as possible, to be favorable, because they can't change the weather, but what they can do is dictate their future by winning the division and possibly fighting to win the conference. Now, will they do it? I don't know. We'll see. But let's get into these predictions. Thursday night, this game we will be live for. At least I will be. If the hurricane hasn't taken me out, I'll be there as well. But we have Bills versus Miami at home. And I actually really like Miami in this one. I'm still wanting to see more out of the Bills. I know we watched last week's game. And Josh Allen kind of came to life in the second half. So that's good to see that he hasn't given up hope. But I still think Miami is too powerful offensively, and I think that's going to put the Bills in the trenches. I think the defense for the Bills is not as good as what it was, 3 years ago. I think we can all agree with that. I think Miami is going to have their pieces together, and we'll be able to handle this thing and take down the Bills in week 2. Going into week 3, they're coming off their little mini bye. They'll be facing off against Seattle Seahawks with Geno Smith, Metcalf. And again, I'm really feeling the Dolphins in this one. I think even though it will be their first away game traveling out to Seattle, I think Seattle has some issues this year. They just don't scare me as much as what they did 2 years ago. Like, we had Geno Smith come into the league and he looked great, phenomenal even at moments, and we're like, damn, he's with the Seattle team. He finally figured it out. This is a scheme, but things have kind of dwindled downhill. I got Miami in week 3. Week 4, this is an easy one. Monday night, we'll be live for this one as well. We go live every Monday and Thursday night for NFL football. Yeah, this is an easy win for me. Dolphins over Titans without a doubt. They got Will Levis. I know they got DeAndre Hopkins. I know they got Calvin Ridley now, and, no more Derrick Henry. They got Ty J and Pollard doing the dual back situation. It's just too much going on. I don't see this Titans team doing much of nothing. Week 5, they'll face off against the New England Patriots, who, like I said, I'm trying to act like I didn't watch week 1. But, oh, my God, how they beat Cincinnati. I got Dolphins in this one. I still think New England got their one lucky win of the year, so now they might get 3 wins instead of 2, like I had I'm thinking in my head I'm going to predict. We'll cover them a little bit later. Yeah, Dolphins taking week 5, and they're going into the bye week looking good, man. A formidable foe. We could definitely see them dropping one to Buffalo here in week 2 if Josh Allen continues what he did in week 1. But for now, this is how I would have had it. Going into week 7, they're going to face off against the Colts. They're coming off the bye, and I'll tell you what, I think this Colts team can be very sneaky this year, right? Pittman's look good. Anthony Richardson, he is looking great coming off his injury. I think being on injury might have actually helped him in certain ways, because it allowed him just to be able to sit back and study the game and have a year off just to focus and learn the playbook, learn the NFL defenses, strategies and how to read them. All these things I think is going to benefit him. And I think this could be the surprise loss that the Dolphins will take early on. Now they'll go week 8 against the Arizona Cardinals, where the Cardinals are supposed to be a lot better this year. I mean, last year they were predicted to, sit around 4 or 5 wins. I can't remember what exactly they had, but a lot of the games they lost, they weren't by a whole lot of points. Now, in saying that, they are getting Marvin Harrison Jr., a true number 1 rookie, a lot of hype around him. Still have James Conner, still have Kyler Murray. But I just don't trust this Arizona Cardinals team. I just don't. I'm giving the Dolphins. Week 9, they'll face off against the Buffalo Bills, and I think this will be the time that the Bills are able to get their get back against Miami Dolphins. They'll be at home. It'll be Week 9. I think Keon Coleman will show out and start becoming that star. Like, I think right now he's said to be a wide receiver 3. I think he'll be bumped up to that 2 and possibly even be fighting for that 1 spot. I think he's got phenomenal talent, so I'm very comfortable with putting him this winning on Week 9. Come Week 10, they're going to face off against the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams this year, I think, are going to be absolutely dangerous. This is a Monday night game, and I cannot wait to be live for this. I think it's going to be action-packed. I think it's going to be a lot of high scoring, and it's going to be a battle who can score the most, because I don't think either team's defense is going to do well adjusting to the opposing team's offense. I just don't see it. I don't see it. But you know what? Monday night for Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp. I know your boy got injured in Week 1. He should be back regardless, but I'm pretending like I didn't know that. I'm going Los Angeles Rams in Week 10. Now, this is when Miami is really going to have to put the pedal to the metal. They're going to have to step on the gas and really start grinding out these wins, or they're going to have a very similar situation like they had the last 2 years. Week 11 versus the Raiders. Raiders coming off a bye. I don't really feel like it matters to me. Still got to figure out what their quarterback situation. I feel like it's going to be switching around a little bit. By this time, it'll probably be Aiden O'Connell. We also might be see some craziness where Devontae Adams ends up. I'm not really sure. It feels like the Raiders finally developed their defense, but their offense is still just not there, not where it needs to be. Come Week 12 against the Patriots, yeah, I'm all cool with that. Enough said. Week 13, they'll go up against the Green Bay Packers. And this game is going to be a fun one. It's on a Thursday night again. Should be really fun, where we'll be live for a lot of Miami games we're covering this year. But Green Bay with Jordan Love, I'm still not 100% certain how I feel about their 3 wide receivers that are rotated constantly on who the main target is. It can work if it's coached correctly. They do go and grab Josh Jacobs in the offseason. I think that makes a big difference. But Miami at this point are in must-win situations, and this back half of the season is going to be really tough on them. I'd like to see them go ahead on primetime football, go ahead and steal one from the Packers at home there. Week 14, we're going to have them facing up against the Jets, and this is where the big test becomes, because this is a strong defensive team with a offense that we're yet to figure out, right? Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, good. Aaron Rodgers, good 3 years ago. What is he now after recovering from the Achilles injury? I personally think I like this one at home. Coming into Week 15, we're going to have Texans and Dolphins, and then Texans will be coming off a bye. And I feel like this was a 50-50 coin flip game for me, but because the Texans are coming off this bye, it makes me feel really comfortable going with them here, just giving them an extra week of rest, get those legs nice readjusted and ready to go against this Miami team. Give me the Texans. Week 16, Miami versus San Francisco, and I feel like this game is going to be the make or break. Man, I'm not going to lie. At the beginning of the season, I really felt like I feel like one of the haters. I liked Brock Purdy last year, but then I started seeing more of the true Brock Purdy, and there was definitely moments that he didn't look spectacular, and it happened around the midway to the end part of the season, especially as everybody started getting a little more beat up. I'm trying to do this I didn't see the game on this past week where Niners just dominated, so I was going to say that this was going to be an upset win for the Dolphins here. Week 17 against Cleveland Browns, I'm just not in on the Deshaun Watson thing, right? I'm just not. I think Brissett was a better quarterback than what Deshaun Watson is going to be. Nick Chubb probably will be back by this time. We don't know how that's going to look at the moment. I'm still not set on their wide receiver groups, and Amari Cooper and Jerry Jeudy. I did show out and proved a lot of people wrong. I didn't have them winning as many games as they did, but I'm not changing my ways or my thoughts on them yet. But their head coach is amazing, so who knows? And then Week 18 versus the Jets, I think Jets take this one back, get their little revenge game at home. This will go ahead and give the Dolphins a 12-5 record for the year, and we'll see if it's enough. Let me know down below in the comments if you think I predicted the games right, or if you think I'm stupid and I'm totally wrong. Let us know, but we're going to continue this series out. Make sure you go and check out all the videos from both me and Non. Catch you on the next one. Cheers.